Hi there and welcome back to my knitting channel. I have been working on this gorgeous cardigan for more than a month now, and I was thinking that maybe we could finish knitting it together, so that's what we'll be doing in today's video. For this cardigan I'm modifying a poppy tee pattern by PetiteKnit, and I'm using this gorgeous recycled cashmere yarn by Skall Studio in this perfect brownish gray color. Unfortunately, this yarn is discontinued now, so it's not available anymore on Skall Studio website, but I got it 1 year ago for Christmas and I really like it. It's kind of a sport weight yarn, it's very soft and it's very pretty, so I'm really excited to have this cardigan. That's how far I have gotten now. So I have almost finished the body. I decided not to bind off just yet because I'm not sure if I actually have enough yarn to finish up everything. And for me, one of the most painful things in knitting is to unravel an Italian bind off. So I decided not to do it just yet. I will do it when I'm sure that this ribbon will stay here. Then yesterday I finished my first double knitted button band. This one is without buttonholes, and my next step will be to knit the second side and distribute my buttonholes here. Then I will do the neck edge, and my last step will be to deal with the sleeves. So I have almost finished the first sleeve, but I will have to remake ribbing because, as you can see, it is 1x1 ribbing, and I decided to stick with 2x2 ribbing for this cardigan, and then I will work on the second sleeve. So that's the plan for now. As you can see, everything is a little bit on hold here, but it's work in progress. So let's work on the second double knitted button band. Whenever I'm posting my cardigan online, people are always asking if I'm working on a Maggie cardigan, and I'm always like, no, actually I'm using a poppy tee pattern, but I'm just modifying it to be a round neck, long sleeved cardigan. And I feel like I'm just confusing everybody with that answer, because if anything, my cardigan does look a little bit like a Maggie cardigan, and it doesn't look at all like a poppy tee. So I'm just complicating things. After thinking a little bit about this, I decided that I'll start referring to my cardigan as to a Maggie cardigan, and it does make much more sense. Poppy tee pattern and Maggie cardigan pattern do have a lot of things in common. They both have the exact same construction for the back, the shoulders and the sleeves. The samples are also knitted in the exact same yarn using the exact same needle size, and the gauge is obviously the same. They also have the exact same amount of positive ease and all of the measurements. The only thing that is different is that Maggie cardigan is open at the front to actually be a cardigan, and poppy tee has few of those smaller details like a purl row before the ribbing. And I also feel like, for example, if you are searching on Instagram under the hashtag poppy tee, it is very unlikely that you're looking for some cardigan inspiration. But if you're looking at the Maggie cardigan hashtag, I'm pretty sure you're up for some cardigan inspiration. So yeah, I just want to make my project a little bit more searchable, and so that people are not confused and everything actually does make sense. And in case you would like to knit a similar cardigan to mine, I would just recommend you to purchase a Maggie cardigan pattern. It will make your life much easier. There is no need to modify a poppy tee cardigan. There is basically no difference in my opinion. And my decision to use a poppy tee pattern for this project was just because I wanted a little challenge, and I wanted to try and turn a tee pattern into a completely different thing, because yeah, I just like challenges and I like modifying things, so that's on me. I hope you are not confused and I hope you don't think that I'm misleading anyone. But yeah, let's just continue working on my Maggie cardigan. It has been 2 days. The day before yesterday I finished knitting my second double knitted button band with buttonholes, and yesterday I was working on my collar. At first I wanted to make 2x2 ribbed collar to match the ribbing on the body and on the sleeves, but it didn't really look very great, so I decided to try and do double knitted collar instead. It worked much better. I really like how it looks. Because it's a little bit stretched, it looks a little bit like ribbing, but I actually don't mind that. And when I was finishing it up yesterday, I was thinking about whether I want to bind it off or put stitches on hold just to be safe. At the end I decided to bind everything off because yesterday I was pretty sure that I would stick to it. But then, when I tried it on, I was actually looking at this color and I wish I made it a little bit taller. I think it's quite short, and also because it stretches out a little bit, it makes it even shorter. I honestly don't really like that. But then I was also looking at it, and when I'm wearing it, it really looks like 1x1 ribbing. And I actually like it, and because one of my sleeves also has 1x1 ribbing, it matches quite nicely, and I'm like, should I go back to 1x1 ribbing? And I think I should. I decided that I want to get back to 1x1 ribbing, but the issue is I have already knitted 2x2 on the body, and I think I need to remake it. But in order to remake it, I need to unravel my collar, I need to unravel my double knitted button bands, then remake my ribbing, and then knit everything once again. And it seems like a big deal because it's a lot of hours of knitting, but there are a few things that I still want to change. For example, my buttonholes are located very close to this edge, so it's not really proportional. It's because I casted on my stitches in the way that is not really suitable for this buttonholes technique, so it would be nice to remake it. I want to make my collar taller, but I also think that I want to go up in needle size for this collar, just because I think it will help it not to stretch as much. I think I will also make a body a tiny bit longer, just like a couple of rows, and I will also make a ribbing a little bit longer. So yeah, there are just few changes all over this part that I want to remake. If the issue was just with ribbing, I think I would find a way how to just remake a ribbing and keep the double knitted bands and then just like stitch them together afterwards. But just because there are like little bits all over the place, I think I can go back and remake it once again with all of the little things I want to change, and I think it will give me a much better result. I'm pretty sure it will give me a much better result. Yesterday I also started working on the second sleeve, just to give myself some time to think about everything that is going on and if I really want to remake something. And I think for today I will just still stick with my sleeve, finish up the sleeve, and then I will make my final decision if I want to go back, but I think I won't. But I will probably keep the ribbing on this sleeve and make the second sleeve to match this one fully. So yeah, that's my little update. We have now 2 sleeves finished. I was even brave enough to bind them both off, and I'm very pleased with my work here. I have also unraveled the collar and double knitted button bands, and I'm currently working on the body. For now, just back and forth for a couple of more rows, and then I will start once again working on one by one ribbing. I'm so excited. Today is Tuesday, and I'm pretty confident that by the end of the week I will have this cardigan not only finished but also washed and blocked and ready to wear. And I honestly just can't wait. I feel like we have such a perfect weather to wear this cardigan, and yeah, I'm very excited. It feels so soft and the color is just perfect. During the weekend I have also bought some buttons for this cardigan. I'm a little bit afraid that they might be too big, but they were the best ones I could find, so hopefully it will work. So yeah, I'm very excited, and I'll just get back to working on the body. I feel like because I'm so excited I might be able to finish the body today, which is great. I love when I'm so excited to knit and I'm so excited about my project, because yeah, it is a nice feeling and it brings me so much joy. I'm honestly so happy to see how this cardigan looks right now. It just feels so perfect and I like it so much. I have just finished my first double knitted button band without the buttonholes, and I have also binded off the stitches for the body. I was actually quite concerned if I would be able to figure out the perfect length for the ribbon on the body, because all of the options I tried before didn't really look well and I didn't like them like at all, so my concern was legit. But this time I tried doing 2 centimeters long ribbon for the body and it worked quite well. I will be able to start working on my second double knitted button band. For me, it's always a challenge to distribute the buttonholes evenly, so I'm not really looking forward to that, but I'm sure I will do my best. And after that I'll start working on the collar, which will be the last step. And yeah, I'm just so excited to have this cardigan done. cardigan is finished. I'm so in love with it. It honestly exceeded all of my expectations, and it's for sure my new favorite thing that I have ever knitted. I was a little bit worried about the blocking process because I haven't made a proper swatch, so I haven't blocked my swatch and I wasn't sure how this yarn would react to the blocking process, but thankfully everything went fine. I wouldn't say that the stitches look very even and beautiful. I think they're still a little bit wonky, but it's not very noticeable when I'm wearing it. It's just if I'm looking up close, because you know, with some yarns, when you block them, the stitches look so beautiful even if your tension is not the greatest. But here I wouldn't say that it's the case. And also this piece didn't grow almost at all during the blocking process. Only the body length increased by about 1.5 centimeters, which is not much. It still relaxed a little bit, so the sleeves feel a tiny bit longer, which is perfect. I really like the sleeves length. Also, you might have noticed that I ended up using the buttons from my stash instead of the ones I purchased, and that's because I think those lighter kind of shell buttons look much prettier with this cardigan in this brown color of the yarn instead of the dark brown ones I purchased. So I'm very happy that I actually had them in my stash and was able to realize that those look much better. This fabric feels extremely nice. I think this is probably the softest thing that I own. I would say it feels even softer than my sweater knitted with Cardigan Cashmere Classic, and I think it's because this yarn and this fabric doesn't have a lot of fluff and little fibers sticking out of it. On the other hand, Cardigan Cashmere yarns are very fluffy in my opinion. So in this case there's just not much going on here and not much that could irritate my skin, which is definitely nice. And it makes me very sad to know that this yarn is discontinued and I'm not able to purchase it anymore. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is that this yarn breaks quite easily. When I was knitting it, oftentimes I wasn't even using my scissors to break the yarn, I was just using my hands, which is not good when you actually have a finished object in this yarn. I'm just afraid that there would be some holes with time, so I for sure need to be extra careful. Luckily, I do have some leftover yarn, so in case something like this happens, I will be able to mend this garment, but still, I really hope that it will be fine and I will be able to wear it without any issues for many years to come. Another thing I'm really obsessed about with this cardigan is the fit of it. I feel like it's perfectly oversized. On one hand, I can easily wear even a slightly oversized t-shirt underneath and still feel comfortable, but on another hand, I can wear on top of this cardigan my trench coat or my jacket and there is not much fabric under my arms so that like I'm sweating or just feeling uncomfortable. It also has like a perfect length that I really like, and I mean, aren't those sleeves just perfect? I think they're perfect. The original design is actually quite tight fitting. It only has 5 centimeters of positive ease, and there is certainly like 15 to 20 centimeters of positive ease, and that's because I needed one size bigger, so I'm usually size S with PetiteKnit patterns, and for this pattern I chose size M, and also I was using 4mm needles instead of 3.5mm needles. My gauge is not much different, but I think there's still like 1 or 2 stitches, and considering the amount of stitches here, it definitely gives me some more positive ease. and I'm very happy about that. Of course, I made quite a lot of changes to the original pattern, and I created a Ravelry page for this project where I listed everything I changed with the specific stitch counts and everything, so I will leave a link in the description down below. What I will say though is that I'm very pleased with all of the modifications I have made. I wouldn't change a thing, which is a very good sign. I also feel like a lot of knitters, myself included, are often saying that cardigans are the best thing that you could knit. They're so easy to style, they're so versatile, they're so comfortable to wear, and still, for example, I only have 2 cardigans, but I think I really want to change that, and now I will go on a little mission to knit as many different cardigans as possible so that I can have a little collection of mine. And I think I will be casting on my next cardigan today, which is really exciting. I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for finishing with me this perfectly gorgeous cardigan. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!